Hello and welcome to what I'm pretty sure is episode 150. How are you? Anyone else feeling the fatigue? Um, I think it's the weather. I think a lot of it is to do with the weather. There's a huge black cloud right outside my window right now. It's not raining, there is a bit of sun, but it's windy and it has been raining and it's colder than it has been and doesn't really make it doesn't really make me want to go outside. I mean, yeah, sure, I could sit outside in my garden and get blown away. So, and also, it doesn't help that yesterday evening I ran out of dish soap, so can't do my dishes. I don't want to go to the shop just to buy soap or washing up liquid. Um, and then, I mean, I'm only one person, so I don't generate a whole lot of dirty dishes, but it is the weekend, so I have been. I haven't felt like washing up, and that's why I haven't been on top of uh, my soap to make sure that I have some in stock, because I always have some in stock, except now. Yeah. So then I remembered, like, embarrassingly, I remembered it like 30 minutes ago that I have a dishwasher, and I do have um, those little pellet things for it. Yeah, so I'll just load everything in there and avoid going to the shops until tomorrow when I have to go and pick up food, grocery stuff. So, which I know I could do today, but I'd rather do it tomorrow and get a break from work that way. Because it's nice when you've been sitting at home working all day to end your work day with doing something else like going outside to buy groceries. And since I start working early, there won't be a million people there. Also, I only need groceries for like 2 days. Well, I need breakfast for Wednesday as well. But um, you don't want to hear about that. I do apologise if suddenly there's a huge bump or something from upstairs. I don't know what they're doing, but starting from around an hour ago, once in a while there's suddenly a huge bump. Um, I don't know if they're moving stuff around or what, but if it happens, I do apologise. So, last week I showed you my finished Woolen Honey and awkwardly put it on over my. Was I wearing a dress? I was wearing something and put it on top. Um, and I promised I'd wear it again so you can see what it looks like when it's actually properly fitted to my body. So there it is. It's the Woolen Honey pattern by Andrea Mary. The yarn is Susleville. It's her merino singles in the rusty colorway. I picked this up at Fiberfolk last year. Yeah, last year because it hasn't happened this year yet. It's in November, I think. And my fit is very different from the pattern. The pattern is an oversized cropped longer sleeves, I think. pattern. That's not me. Well, sometimes it kind of is, but that's not what I wanted with this. So this took up 390 grams of a 400 meters per 100 grams yarn. Do your own math. So 1500-ish. Well, close to 1600 meters. It is longer than the pattern suggests. And I didn't get gauge, as I found out when I had done the body the first time. So this is actually the small size, which I'm not a small person, but it worked out perfectly, and I just distributed the stitches differently. So I have fewer stitches on the back, more stitches on the front. I think it's probably 60-40 ratio, something like that. Yeah. I'm also only going to do like little, not a cap sleeve, but just like a small t-shirt like sleeve. But then I just needed to I was going to do like 10 extra rows or garter rows. And then I watched some TV or something and was knitting, and suddenly it was down to here, I think. And then I thought, okay, I'll just add another couple of rows and then do the ribbing, and here we are. So yeah, that is my Woolen Honey. Other things I've been working on. I haven't finished anything this week. I am getting closer because this is the Rauma jumper. It has grown. It has grown from this little green marker down here, like this one, and up. I think I said last time that I needed around 50 more decreases, something like that. Or was it 50 more rounds? Might have been 50 more rounds. I now need around 26 more rounds. Still haven't decided on what to do with the neckline. My plan is that when I've done all the decreases that I need, and I will know when I've hit them, even though I'm not keeping count of my decreases. I mean, these markers down here are just old markers from previous weeks. So I'm not keeping count of my number of decreases. I am, however, instead, I know that I will need to end up with 20 stitches on each sleeve. So that's easy. Just have to count the number of stitches across here. I am getting to the point where I will either have to magic loop or figure out where in the world I put my smaller cable. Sorry, I had a bag next to me, just thought I'd look. Because these are interchangeable chargoos, which is also why the working needle is a 3mm needle, I think. Yeah. And the passive needle is 2.75 millimeters. And as you can tell, I need to do something. I might magic loop. I might try and find the other cable, the smaller cable, because I will probably need it anyway. But my plan is that when I do get to the number I need, which is still a fair bit off, I will then put in, not waist yarn, but a stitch. I have these silicone stitch holders. I'll just pop one in, try it on, try to figure out how high the neckline is and whether I'll do either split it in half and do overlapping envelope style neck, or maybe just have it be a boat neck, because that's more or less what I think it will be if I just keep going, because it's quite open. And just do the ribbing in the green to mirror the ribbing at the bottom. I don't know. I think it'll be more clear to me when I do get to the point where I can actually see where I'm at with all of this. And yeah, I'm just going to move the stitch marker up so that I can show you the progress next week if I'm not done. The nice thing about raglan shaping is that you already have, when working from the bottom up, is that you already have the sleeves on. The annoying part is that it's not really ideal for trying things on. I just think it looks so long, but it's probably not. I would be so sad if I get this done and it doesn't fit me. Yeah, it'll fit me. It'll be good. So, still working on that, and it'll be no surprise to you that I am still working on the test knit that I'm doing for Nolan. It has grown. Oh, I forgot to remove this marker, which is I just used for counting. So it has my hair in it, apparently. It has grown considerably since last time. I've more than doubled what I had, so that's nice. I need, this should be 6 repeats of the pattern, and I think I need another 2 before something happens to the sleeve part. It is a silk top. It is a bit of a cropped, not really cropped, but it isn't going to be like a full on length top. Mostly I think I'll wear it with like a white tank top underneath, which will be longer. So really it doesn't need to be long, or you can just wear it with high-waisted stuff. So yeah, it'll be nice when the weather gets nicer. And I know it looks small, but it's not been blocked. So yeah, I have switched to the next 2 skeins, and I don't actually remember how much yarn it's supposed to use. But besides these 2 skeins, I also have a partially knitted up top, which is what this was originally purchased for. Only I didn't really like the look of the top that it was creating, and it's been just lying there for years and years. So it's great to have a purpose for it, and I'll put in the stitch mark up here. But because not only will it help me keep track It'll also help me count. It is a fairly simple pattern, so it's not completely mindless. I do have the chart printed out, but I don't have to refer to it as often. And it's fairly easy to see your mistakes, mostly because it's in repeats of 7 stitches, so if something doesn't add up, you know you made a mistake somewhere, so it's just a question of whether it was on your current row or if it was on the previous row. So yeah, I think I have plenty of yarn left. And that concludes all the knitting for this week. As you can see, I've done a fair bit. I've also just been doing other stuff, like purchasing project bags. This is one of them. They are from the Blue Rabbit House, and I bought them. Come on, focus. I bought them directly from her. She's in Belgium, and it arrived in like 3 or 4 days, if even that. All the way from Belgium. She is on Etsy. No, she's not on Etsy. I'm sorry. She has her own website, which I just showed you. You can purchase it here in Denmark from frydeful.dk, I think. But the prices are the same. I got free shipping because I purchased 2. And also, I fell in love with this one because it was on Maya, who is Jafflaff, on Instagram. I saw it on her feed, and I mean, isn't he cute? Little polar bear. So I wanted this, and this is the medium size. I think Frydeful only does one size from what I can gather. Anyway, she didn't have it in stock. And last I checked, which was on Friday, I think, I don't think she had any of the bags in stock. Or if she did, it was only a few. So I just googled the name that came up on the website and found the original page. And this was back in April. Well, not that long ago, but and there was this, which is the one I fell in love with. There were others that I did consider, but I also saw this. Now, this is the largest size she does, and it's a beluga whale. And it just looks so happy and joyful, and I mean, I love the colour. I am, at heart, a blue person. But yeah, I just love the colour, and she did these as pre-orders. I don't know if she still does them. Well, I think it's still listed, but I don't know if it's still a pre-order, or if she just wouldn't have them until May. So it was a pre-order that was said to be shipped in May, which it did. And like I said, it was here in like 3 or actually I know how many days it took. And might I add, it took an extra day because I should be able to see my archive, I think. Maybe not. Yeah. I have the okay. It took 5 days, but she sent it in Belgium, so I had it here. It took an extra day. It was supposed to get here on the 13th of May. It said expected delivery today. Because I have the PostNord, which is the company in Denmark, well, all of the Nordic countries, I think, app. So it registers every time it registers me as a recipient, and they put in my phone number or my email address. It pops up on the app telling me this parcel has just been registered. And yeah, I can see where it is when it arrives in Denmark, obviously. Unless it's got tracking. And it told me on the 13th, expected delivery. I got an email, I got a text message. We're coming by with something for you today. And it didn't arrive. And I was wondering, it was like 7 p.m. and I was like, still hasn't arrived. It's not like it's a big parcel. And then suddenly it just said, estimated arrival unknown. And then the next day again it said, we're coming by with a parcel for you. And then it actually arrived. So, don't know what happened there. I will say, these cords, I've been using it a couple of times, so it's getting better. But it is leather, so it is pretty stiff until you use it a couple of times. I'm mostly using these around the house, so it's just fold it over. Who cares? I don't have a cat who's trying to get into them or anything, so. And in this is another thing related to Maya. Because she's planning on knitting a summer top a summer top, and it's a really bad photo because I just printed this. It is the Blomma for adults. There's also a kid version, and it's not on here. Oh yeah, it is. It is Tiril Illebæk, and I've made something by her before. I think I made I did a top. I think it was red on top, plain stockinette, and then it had a lace detail in whitish, pinkish color, pale color. Don't remember the name, but yeah. But I saw this last year and really liked it and never got around to knitting it. And then Maya mentioned it again, and I was thinking, well, it is going to be summer. And I have yarn that's suitable for it, both for a summer project and for the amount I need and the right weight. So this is a lino. It is from Basic Yarn, and it is a 50-50 cotton linen mix, and it is slightly heavier. It's a DK weight, and it had to go in this bag, as you can see. So as you can tell, I haven't cast it on yet, but I'm going to. I have the needles and everything for it. I think this is the 3.25 millimeters, so that's for the ribbing. So I'm actually ready to go, or to cast on. Just need to get around to it. Now, there is no chart of the lace detail on the front in this. If there was, I would only have printed the chart, but it's all written. So I printed the entire pattern, except for the front page, because as you can tell, I'm not printing in color, so it doesn't really matter to me what the front page looks like. It's basically just a picture of the top. So if you want to knit along with us, neither of us have started yet. I said that it'll be summer at some point. And I have this random lyric from a song in Day of the Summer. Yeah. Which means the same. But yeah, that's just what's keep playing in my head. But yeah, maybe we should knit a summer top, all of us, together. I will say, not crazy about the sizing. I will need to knit the biggest size, and that is actually going to give me negative ease of around, I think it's 2 centimeters maybe. I'll have to look it up because of course it's not on the page. Nope, don't need that. Good old Ravelry. Knitting patterns, come on. And I've been looking at other things apparently. Blomma. So yeah, there it is in color. If you can. And so, if you're considering it, first of all, the half measurement of the chest is what's listed, but it says chest measurements. But it is half measurement, and yeah, I need to do something because I'm missing 10 centimeters. I mean, there's no shaping to it other than the straps, so I could easily just add those extra centimeters in. It is 22 stitches to 10 centimeters, so that's 11 stitches either side. Well, front back, that's easy to add in. Should probably go to the front because again, no back loops. So that's 11 stitches either side. Easily done. Yeah, I should make a note of that. Future for you, make a note that you need to add in 22 stitches. So yeah, that is the lack of chart, which it's a preference. It's a bit annoying, but the size range is really annoying, and I didn't even read out the size range to you. So remember, it's the half size measurement, and it's extra small, small, medium, large, extra large. She is Scandinavian. She's Norwegian. So the half measurement is 35 centimeters, 39 centimeters, 41 centimeters, 46 centimeters, and 51 centimeters. That's tiny. That's tiny. And you should be able to get away with 805 meters of yarn. Now I'm going to think that I won't have enough yarn. I was excited about this a minute ago. I could just look in my stash because it is in there. I think that's only 880 meters. But again, it is a crop top. It would be easier if it was top down, but it's not. It is bottom up. If it was top down, I could just stop earlier. Sorry. But since it's bottom up, I can't find a yarn here. I'll just have to search for it. Didn't ask you to go in there. Come on. No. So I do have more yarn that I need compared to what she says, but I need extra yarn to add in those extra stitches. Yeah, I'll have to look at it. It'll definitely need to be shorter. Sometimes you just have to jump into it and just do it. And maybe check your gauge to see if maybe it won't be 22 centimeters, because it is a linen cotton mix and it will grow. Most likely it'll grow. I'll think about it. I'll figure something out. So, yeah. Future plans that I now have to think about how to do. I just wanted something easy and fast and light and yeah. Knitting. I have been doing a bit of sewing. Not a whole lot, a bit. I am doing the Kalle shirt dress from Closet Case Patterns, which I showed you last time. And I wasn't sure I'd be able to cut the dress length with the fabric I have, because my fabric is Nani Ido, which I had purchased 2 meters of, because that's approximately what I'd need for what's the top called? The one I made out of the blue Nani Ido with the confetti. It's only been a couple of weeks, but I can't remember what it's called. The Vixton top, and that's what this was originally purchased for. And I wanted to do it side to side because the fabric goes from not very many dots to a lot of dots to not very many dots. And it's only, I think, 135 centimeters wide. That's the problem with Japanese fabrics. They are usually around 135. Because Japanese people, a lot of them are small, short or tiny in general. I always feel like a giant, like I tower over them when I go, and I'm by no means tall. But I managed to, so you have an option for either a band color or a proper shirt color. And I opted for the band color because the proper shirt color uses 2 color stands to there are 3 pieces, pattern pieces, and I think you might need 2 of all of them. So yeah, it takes up a lot of fabric. Plus you need to do 2 back yokes because you do the burrito style roll them up thing. And you need a pocket, and you need bias binding and so on. So I had already found a fabric that would work to make the bias binding. It is a high-low hem, so you would be able to see the lining on the back. But again, if you're looking at my legs that closely, please back off. In the end, the only thing I've had to cut from a different fabric is the inside back yoke, which I cut out of this really lovely remnant of Naniiro. Don't remember the name. I have it in different versions, and this is actually a linen. So this is going to be against my body. As you can see, I already put in my little tag there from, or label. It's from Kylie and the Machine. I don't know if you can see it. I haven't done the burrito roll yet, and as you can tell, I haven't done the pocket yet, even though it says it has pockets. But for all of the sizes are nested into each other. But the pocket, where they tell you to place the pocket, is the same in every size. That's not nested. That's like, I mean, I am larger around, but I'm not longer. So I didn't trace it, but I'm pretty sure it would be under the boob if I placed it where they told me to. I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure. So I decided I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to sew in the pocket. Because it's just a patch pocket on top, and I will actually do 2 if I can get them to look neat before sewing them on, because they have rounded corners. I know that Charlotte, this lazy lady, only put 1 on because she had trouble getting them to match just the one, like both corners matching, and she wasn't going to try and get 2 to match or line up. So I have also done the pop over placket instead of doing the full on, because this is going to be a relaxed shirt dress thing to just wear around this summer, really, or in warm weather, whatever. So yeah, I have put in the yoke. I've done the little folding bit, and I put in both yokes, as you can see. The next part is I need to burrito this, which basically means that I will roll all of this fabric up. Roll, 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 roll. And, actually roll it so it can actually fit. Then I'm going to sew the shoulders of both yokes together, keeping in mind that the inner yoke is already sewn to the front side. Do that, and then when you're done, you pull all of this through the neckline, and then it'll pop over, and we'll just pretend that this is, and then your seams will be hidden, and you'll have extra strength in your back yoke and your shoulder seams. That is the idea, at least. And then you do some top stitching to secure all the layers together before you go on to do whatever. So the side seams, that's the next part. So yeah, just didn't feel like doing that when I did the other pieces here, so. And yeah, I did use every last bit of it to get it to this length, so there's the selvage edge. It'll be covered by the bias binding, and then you'll have this the little designer part will be on the bottom hem at the back, which I think is kind of cute. No, I know it won't be on the front, but might I draw your attention to the fact that I did actually cut the back yoke, or outer back yoke, so that it does match and have the smaller up top, and that way it'll be the same as the front. I mean, magic. No, I actually placed it and thought about it. I have also, I don't have the pockets with me here, but the pockets were also cut from this top part, so it'll be around here-ish it'll start, so this part, because I did do some pinning yesterday just to the dress I was wearing. I literally pinned the pocket to the dress I was wearing, to see the placement and also to see if, and this is where having a work phone really comes in handy, because I could put it into my shirt pocket and check that it looked okay and that it fit, and then take a photo to show the placement. Really what I need to do is wear the bra I'm also wearing now, because it actually, if I line it up with the edge of my bra, the one corner, it's perfect placement. Just a little tip. Use whatever you can. So yeah. Again, looking forward to summer. Even though it's anything but summer outside. And I do have buttons for this. I have some pearl buttons, or pearlish, I don't think they're real pearl, but pearl inlay-ish buttons. It just needs 4, I think. I have more than that, but it'll be so good. It'll be so good. I did consider if maybe the high-low hem thing was more than I wanted, and while trying to figure out if I could fit everything in, I did consider slashing off some of the back hem to make it a little closer to what the front hem was, but I decided against it. I'm going to see how much, I mean, it's what, 8 centimeters maybe lower than the front. That's fine. I was afraid that, but maybe that's just the cropped version. In photos it looks really dramatic, but when you have such a short top, any difference will look dramatic, I think. Maybe, I don't know. So yeah. And that is everything. I'm going to have some lunch, and well, I'm going to start the dishwasher. Then I'm going to have some lunch and think about what I'll do with the top, because I really want the top and I really want it out of this yarn. And I know, I should make I should swatch to check if I get the gauge. They tell me that it's in the pattern, and if my gauge is larger, which is a possibility. I am a bit of a loosey goosey knitter. I might not have to uh, go up or add stitches. I might just be able to knit the size and still come out with the size that'll fit me. Lunch and swatching. Yeah. So that's all for this week. I hope you have a great week, and I will definitely see you not on Sunday, but next Monday. I think, possibly. Bye.